Welcome to the today's class on yoga personality and how mudra, hasta mudra could be used in order to derive benefits out of it. We have classified 16 yoga personalities based on ancient studies. We have reviewed ancient literatures on personality, and specifically this literature was reviewed from Indian philosophies, and we managed to classify the personality into 16 types, and then we make use of that 16 types to give recommendation as regards to how Hasta Mudra could be used in order to mitigate the negative aspects of personality so that yoga could be used as a means for developing a whole well-being, holistic human personality. So, in this today's discussion, we are going to talk about 16 unique types of yoga personality. Then we are going to look into, for each of the 16 type of yoga personality, we are going to suggest a yoga mudra or hasta mudra, hand mudra, a hand position. And by making use of it for around 2 minutes a day, you could see substantial benefits. So let us go about to understand why this matters. Many people have been using yoga mudra or hasta yoga mudra in a wrong way. Ancient wisdom has helped us to classify 16 different temperament personalities. And each type has a unique combination of characteristics. How can we make use of it in, in order so that a mudra could be suggested, which will help in balancing these innate constitutional uh, predisposition factors of personality. So, in order to do that, our primary vehicle is Hasta Mudra. Hasta Mudra are special hand positions which are used for 1,000 years. In case if you see any picture of any religious personality, you would see that the hands are in a particular posture. And we believe that Hasta Mudra is like a connection is made between the mind, body, and the a spectrum which is above the mind and body, which we call soul. So, what is the science behind Hasta Mudra? The finger positions which you use to create a particular combination, we believe that it triggers nerve signals. It's like pressing the buttons on a remote control, how a television is getting on. Similarly, a different combinations of mudras can result in nerve signals which can trigger a chain of neurochemical signals within the body to create a new state of healing and well-being. So first, let us see the four-step process what we are going to discuss in today's class. So first, we will answer some four questions. And these four questions, we have developed it in order to identify your personality type. That is, in 16, we are trying to find out one personality type which corresponds to you. And then after identifying it, you would discover your mudra, which will you will help to practice daily so that you could see the difference over time period. Now you would say, how have we developed this questionnaire? This questionnaire was developed through a systematic review of articles which are not only peer reviewed but also articles which have been written on yoga by different masters over the time period. So let us go further to discuss how this question is going to help you. The golden rule is that each mudra is your personalized mudra. So I request you, while answering the questions, please be honest with yourself. There is no right and wrong answer. It is the most appropriate answer which fits to your personality. So, first, let us look into the four axes by which we have developed this unique questionnaire. So, the first axis is energy. The second axis is perception. The third axis is your lifestyle. And the fourth axis is your personality. Sorry, your focus. So, based on these four, we try to develop a personality characteristics for an individual. So, let us go further to understand how we can implement it. The first axis is what we call energy axis, and it has two spectrums. One is karma and other is raja. And karma is individuals who draw energy by doing things. And raja are individuals who draw energy just by being, what we call beer. I'm sorry for the while writing, I got a spike which might have reduced the readability. But the focus is in Raja, it is called as beer. You draw energy, being. So let us look into what is a karma type personality. A karma type is somebody who is a doer. And when you do something, the action recharges you. And you feel happy when you help others by doing some things for them and that you find it meaningful. So this type of personality is called as karma. The other end of karma spectrum is somebody who is quiet, who reflects, who draws energy in from reflection, who draws energy by being still, and that recharges you. So this is just opposite of karma in polarity. So I want you to ask your question. And the question is, where do you find your spark? If it is K, that is karma, you will feel most alive when you are busy helping others or getting things done. If you are Raja type, then you will feel most alive when you are quiet, reflecting, or meditating. So, if the answer to this question is yes, then you will be writing K. If the answer to this question is yes, then you would be writing R. And then I want you to note down for axis 1, what is your alphabet? Like you may write either K, axis 1, and then you would write your alphabet corresponding to it. Either it's K or R. Now let us go to the next axis. And the next axis is perception. And it has two polarities or dichotomies, what we call. So the first is jnana or thinker, and the other is bhakti or feeler. Take for instance, who is jnana type personality? They are somebody who thinks. They connect through logic. They like to study before coming to a conclusion about something. So they perceive things through logic and deep study. The, the second polarity in this axis is bhakti. These are individuals who feel the emotions, who feel like devotion, faith, in order to perceive certain events in life. So, this type of personality, how you are going to identify? You ask yourself this question: how do you connect something bigger? So, if you connect through your study, philosophy, asking questions, and you want to understand the logic behind maybe the universe or the things what is happening, and that makes you happy, you are something what the type is called J Jnana. Or if you are somebody who is trying to get the perceptions through emotions, through feeling, through community, like the feel of being loved through, like, for the love of the universe, you are just trying to have feelings in order to understand the perceptions, then you are following this type of personality called bhakti or being. So I want you to, for axis 2, that is perception, I want you to write the letter code for it. It could be either J or B for axis 2. So we have seen now axis 1 and axis 2. Now you will go for axis 3. Axis 3 is based on the lifestyle. In lifestyle, you have two dichotomy or spectrum. One is dharma and other is leela. Now, dharma is somebody who is a planner, who sees life as a means of planning, organizing, structuring. And leela type personalities are those who flows with the flow of life. So, dharma type are planners who prefers order and routine, whereas Leela type personalities who prefer spontaneity, they want to enjoy the moment, and they also like to be free, freedom of being in the present moment. So, how to identify? Again, in axis 3, you ask a question: how do you like to live? In that, if you are somebody who likes structure, who likes order, who likes tradition, who likes fulfilling, then in a structured manner, then you have this D. And if you are somebody who likes spontaneity, who likes flexibility, who likes seeing life as playful as a mystery, then you are L, Leela. So I want you again for the axis 3 to note whether you are D or whether you are L. So for axis 3, you also will note whether it is D or L. Now we have the last axis, what we call as the focus axis. Here also you have a dichotomy. One is this Thula, another one is the Sushma type of axis. So you would see here that Sthula is focused on something like a physical reality, and the Sukshma is focused more on the energy, moods, and feelings. So you would see here two spectrum. One is Sthula Another one is Sukshma. And then you would identify based on the axis 4, which talks about what do you notice. So you are some like who notices the body, the nature, and the practical realities. Vibe seems to be vague, and so on. So you are following in this particular category of ST, that is Tula. And if it is individually something into energy shifts, vibes, hidden meanings, or some physical details. You try to escape from the physical details and you are more concerned with the meanings of mental vibes, then you follow in this type of personality of SU. Now you could see here for the fourth axis 4, you have Sthula and you have Sukshma. So then you would answer a 4-letter code based on axis 1 to 4. So axis 1, maybe the letter is K. Axis 2, the letter is B. Axis 3, the letter is L. And the axis 4, the letter is U. So you would have K, B, L, U would be your 4-letter code. Now, since for each axis, you have 2 states. So for 4 axes, you will have 2, 2, 2, and 2, which is 16 states. That's why you have 16 personality types. And you would see here in this model from 1 to 16, you will have a unique combination of letters. You would see here K, J, D, S, T, and you would see here SU, and you would see how the combination is getting changed from D to ST and so on. So each of these type based on these 4 axes will have a different hasta mudra. So once you identify maybe this is the type, then you have a different mudra which you need to do. And this is called as constitutional mudra or constitutional hasta mudra. So let us identify, take for instance, if it is KJDST, so K stands for karma, J stands for jhana, D for dharma, S for stula. And you would see that this type of category is somebody who thinks clearly while working hard and who love the logic and order. And you would see the challenges with these particular combinations is that they are rigid, over analytical, and forget to feel. So the mudra, what is suggested is Jnana Mudra, and this is the mudra posture which is seen. You could see here. So when is being used? Daily for 2 minutes. You could see that this personality will have the mudra corresponding to this. Now you have another combination, K, J, D, S, U. So in such type of combination, the concept is they see hidden patterns and they are somebody who serve with precision and intuition. The challenge with this type of combination is that they get lost in why and they neglect the physical self-care. For that, you have this combination called as Chinna Mudra. Let me just delete this part. So this Chinna Mudra is for this type of a personality. You would see here, this is Jnana Mudra, and the Chinna Mudra is for this type of personalities. Then you have a spontaneous KJLST. For this type of personality, you have a mudra called as Vayu Mudra. What is the speciality? You would see here, they jump into action quickly, they solve problems, and they are on, like, they do it very fast. The challenge is they start many things and finish a few. So that is something what impulsive. So for that, Vayu Mudra is something which could be their constitutional mudra, which would help to solve that. And what it does, it calms the restless, balances the air element, and improves the flow of through. And again, this is 2 minutes per day. The third type of combination is KJLSU. And this combination, this type of personality would feel the energy and can act on it. They are creative, spontaneous, wise. Challenges, sometimes they may be ungrounded, and they may also may be inconsistent. For that, Shunya Mudra is what is a mudra for such types of personality. This will help them to cultivate patience, discipline, and intuitive clarity. The next is KBDST. And you would see this type, the advantage is they serve with pure love. They are reliable, warm, selfless. Challenge is they may burn out, giving too much. Mudra is Anjali Mudra, and the intention behind it is to balance the center of the heart, balancing giving and receiving. And KBDSU, this type of combination, you would see that they serve with deep intuition. They feel others' needs before they speak. But the challenge is they neglect their own body and boundaries. Hridaya Mudra is the mudra which is going to help this type of combination. Then you would see playful helper, KBLST. They are actually fun, joyful, energetic. They are somebody you would see they're loved by all. But the challenge is they lack follow through or depth. So for that, Matsya Mudra is what is advocated for such type of personalities. And you would see here that it brings playfulness into spirituality and loosens the rigidity. Then you have a heart-led doer, which is called KBLSU. They act out of pure intuition, love, inspiring, and creative, but they are at times emotionally scattered and overwhelmed. So Padma Mudra is something which is going to help them to open the heart, grounds overwhelming emotion, and creates a inner sanctuary. Then you have the grounded sage, who are this combination RJDST. They combined practical wisdom with discipline. But the challenge is they are too rigid and missing the life's joy. So a Prithvi Mudra is something which could be beneficial for these types of RJDST. Then the traditional sage, the master of ancient wisdom, RJDS and SU, that is Sukshma. They are somebody like you can think that they are masters of ancient wisdom and the subtle energy. They are disciplined seekers or seer. But the problem or the challenge is that they become dry, detached, or at times emotionless. So Dhyana Mudra is what is going to be important for their well-being. Then you have physical mystics, which is a combination of RJLST, and they explore the wisdom through movement and body. but they avoid deep stillness. So Prana Mudra is recommended for this type RJLST. Why? It activates the life force, energizing the body, grounds the spiritual energy. Free thinkers. This combination RJLSU. And one of the characteristics of this combination is they think freely, intuitively, and without boundaries. They are creative geniuses. The challenge is that they can be at times ungrounded, arrogant, and lost in abstract ideas. So Shambhavi Mudra is what is recommended for this type of combination. Then there is this devout mystic with this particular combination, RPDST. There, if you look at that combination, you would see the love for God with discipline and physical devotion. But at times, this could be a factor of narrow-mindedness or the rigidity in a particular ideology or a faith. So that could be handled through Shepana Mudra, which releases negativity, surrenders attachment, and opens to divine flow. A subtle devotee you would see here with this combination, RBDSU. They feel the divine subtlety with deep discipline. They may neglect the physical body, and for that, Bhakti Mudra is what is being recommended, which will amplify the devotion, open the heart to subtle grace. The playful mystic, RBLST, they worship with joy, dance, and spontaneity. But again, the lack of consistency of death and Anjali Mudra would help release it. So, in terms of joy offerings, balances play with reverence will help this mudra to for this type of personality to see the impact. Then they have ecstatic mystic with this combination of RBLSU. They are somebody who will experience divine ecstasy, intuition, and freedom, but at times ungrounded, emotionally volatile, and impractical. Ushas Mudra is what is going to be benefited for them. And you would see here, they awakens joyful energy, balances ecstasy with calm. Now, what have we looked at it? Now, we have looked at 16 types personality and then developed a code letter and given a Hasta Mudra. And usually we recommend this practice for 2 minutes, comfortably make the mudra, whatever it is, and then breathing gently for 2 minutes. Usually the best times are in the morning, or if at all during the day, if you are stressful or if you are in conflict, or again, before going to sleep also is an ideal time. And most important thing is to combine with breath. Inhale, balance, exhale, imbalance. Balance, inhale, balance. Now you would say how long until the results as achieved. Sometimes you may notice the changes immediately, like within a week or two. But you can see a notable difference in this time, or sometimes it can even take months. But you would see some of the changes happening over the time period. Can I use more than one? It's good to start with the basic primary constitutional mudra. And if you don't feel anything, it works subtly initially on the mental level, sometimes at the from the spiritual level or soul level, then at mental level, and then at the physical level. So this transformation takes time. So be patient. So that was today's discussion on the yogic 16 personality types and how you could use Hasta Mudra to deal with it. I hope you found this video useful.